Hey you. Alright, today I'm going to talk about when I was in middle school. Some of the dates are important because, I'll take a shit and, I don't remember much sometimes. And I don't remember a lot. And then I'm like, hey, 2 hours later, I'm like, why didn't you mention this? I'm not crazy ass. I write all these things down and I lose them. Oh my god. Okay, so today, man, today. Okay, so today I'm sitting here. I'm watching some shit or something. This wasn't even today. What am I talking about? It wasn't even today. Alright, it was whenever. Okay, I don't even know. So, today's Sands in the Hourglass. It was a show when I was a kid. All the days of our lives, and godforsaken reasoning of this freaking hourglass on there, and they were the sand, and they're like, these are the days of our lives. It was like, woo-loo-loo. Anyway, so I'm watching something. I'm like, show sucks. Oh man, I'm out of batteries. I get up. I walk into my bedroom and I'm standing at the closet and I'm standing there and I'm like, looking at stuff, and I'm like, touching stuff. Okay, I realize I don't know, what am I doing here? I've got clothes on. Okay, so I come back and I sit down. This show sucks. Oh, the batteries. So I get up, get in my room. No, I don't even think I went to my room that time. I went someplace else. The batteries are in my room. I'm a Virgo. My shit's usually, very organized. My bipolar makes me, either super duper messy or super duper clean or whatever. And, man, I've got a drawer where I have extra batteries. I'm ready for it. I'm ready. I wait all fucking... Okay, so I don't know, man. I come back and sit down. I'm like, this show sucks. I think it happened 15 times. So, yeah. Here it is. I'm gonna forget stuff. I'll probably do this a few times, and I won't do this a few times. I'll keep adding to it because I can't fucking remember. Okay, so when I was in middle school. Middle school was a weird place because I just moved from another school, and the school I was in, we were the Wildcats. Where I live now is Wildcats. We were Tigers. And when I ended up moving to this place, they're the Bulldogs, and this place is super duper preppy. When I came from the one place, everybody's kind of can't really put my finger on. First of all, the band's not important there. If you're in the band, you're like a gay wad and you gotta get the hell out of here and you're no good. And then you're some kind of weirdo nerd because you play an instrument. And then I don't know what the difference is, because if you're on the football team, you're still doing the same shit. You're all going to practices, you're all learning lessons, you're all being told what to do, you're all trying your fucking hard. Anyway, but football was real popular there. And then football's popular everywhere around in Ohio for the most part. We got a killer, everybody's real competitive. We've got 4 fucking people just from Youngstown that are prize fighters. That's how serious everybody is here about being the best of the best. Man, I opened up this damn door and the fly came in. I look like a crazy old hillbilly with this fly, but I am a crazy old hillbilly and I have a fly, so... I don't know where I was going with that. Okay, so people would date, and so when I go to this new place, it's completely different. Number one, everybody's in the band. If you're popular, you're in the band. The football players were in the band. So this is a complete fucking culture. Woo! And then I'd see I didn't know anybody, so when my first couple of days in school, I was real nervous and I didn't know what to do. And this girl I went with to gymnastics with, she was carrying some boy's books. And back then, if you get to carry, to me, if you get to carry the books or whatever, it's kind of I don't know, but so was like a cast to me too. Like, man, I don't know. Oh man, I got planner's warts when I was like in sixth or seventh grade, which is a weird thing. Like, it's a virus, and it spreads like through your feet like webs. And I had this old Italian dentist, man. He did not give one shit. He was so pissed. I don't even think he numbed it up really. And I was crying. He's like, "What? Stop crying. What's wrong with you?" He was real mad at me. But there was like, they cut out like square patches and shit. And then I'd have to take like vitamin A oil and like, but night. When you were dating somebody, you say, "I'm going with them." Like, who you going with? And that means that you're dating them, that's your boyfriend or your girlfriend. I'm going with, so-and-so. I was going with somebody for like almost 6 years almost, I think. It's weird because he was always going with this other girl. We had the same birthday, and we were a year apart. Like, we really didn't mind each other too much, but there was that guy, so it was like, one time we were in the art room, and we're sitting on these stools. They're like metal stools, they're kind of high. I don't know. But it was art, I think. Anyway, it's kind of like a multi-purpose room because you'd have to take art for like 3 months or some bullshit like that. And then that room is another room, and maybe like, I got nothing. Okay, so we were like kind of like at odds, but she kind of has the upper hand depending on the time of year, because at the end of the year in this school, there were 2 big parties at the end of the year, every year. One boy, one girl, and they both had pool parties. And it's weird with the guy because nobody really talked to him until like the week before his pool party, and he's the most popular man on the planet, and then nobody talks to him again. I don't know if it was with her the same, but our cliques, the girls, it's not like we all were friends. It wasn't like there was, I don't know if I was just like, my girlfriends were cheerleaders, my girlfriends played soccer, some played baseball, like we were like a mixed group of kids, but all our parents had like manual work for the most part. But anyway, so you'd hold hands. That was a big deal. If you went to a skating party, if somebody's birthday came up, we usually wanted it at this place called Skate Connection. It does not exist anymore, but still, the skating rink's just different. And you'd hold hands while you skate. Ooh, you could put your hand in somebody's back pocket. Maybe, nobody really made out anywhere or anything. You'd hear about stuff in the summer and be like, whoa, I don't know, I didn't really have the deets, So Whitney Houston was kind of popular. These girls singing about Monday morning, the Bengals, they were pretty popular. We had these shoes, I don't know why to this day, they're the ugliest shoes. They weren't moccasins. They weren't like loafers. They were like somewhere in between, and they were like a shitty poop brown, like not even a good brown, like regular crap. It was this color, and had this weird the laces. For years, nobody wanted to do laces, no matter what. Like, as long as I grew up, nobody wanted to fuck with laces. Like, we had zips. Like, anyway, so you did. Like, Velcro came out, and that was kind of tight for a minute, but you'd still, see, laces and then Velcro, but you see people just leave out laces just hanging out. Everybody's stepping on laces all over town. These ones, you coil them up in such a way that at the end of the coil, that somehow, like I said, once that coil come out, I was F. There was always somebody around that knew how to do the coil, but it's a weird thing. I don't even know what I want to call them hush puppies, and I know that's not the name, but I just want to say hush puppies. Okay. It was weird. Oh, I had an answering machine in my locker. And it was kind of cool because when I was growing up, there were these things called trapper keepers, and really, when you bust them out on the first day of school, it's kind of like a fetching contest. It's a big deal. Who's got the best one anyway? So that I think I still had trapper then, but they started doing all this weird shit on Nickelodeon, and then people would see it and want to do it. And there was a show where if you said, "I don't know," a bunch of green slime would come on your head, and it's a real weird old fat ass pedophile dude too. That's like, it's gross. Like, what is it? Am I supposed to what? It's weird. Man, that shit was fucking weird. Okay, anyway. So I also had like shelves, like a shelving unit. And then I have like these little things and my friends could come. I think you get 3 or 5 and pass them out to your friends and you put the shit like on the inside of your locker. So everybody had lockers. So we had books. We had books, we had book bags, we had book covers. You could buy book covers, you could make your own book cover. Now my kids go to school, well, they're graduating and all that shit, but they don't have books now. You just get a tablet and yeah, blah, blah. So you could get some books, but it's really in general, there's no, I don't know, in like 10 years there might not even be books. So if you had a book and say it's like this, and you could go get a paper garbage bag, and you cut it the shape of the book. You kind of fold in the edges, and you make it like that, real smooth. And then you fold it over and put the beginning of the book right into the sleeve. And then you can decorate it yourself and write all over it and do whatever the hell you want. And, you know. Skating parties were a big deal, real big deal, real big deal. Like if you had a birthday and you had a skating party, my mom, I call her fancy because she's just constantly being fancy about shit. Like you could get me something, you get it, but she won't get the regular. She'll get the upper echelon of whatever. So like she knew I wasn't really fitting in. I was fitting in, but not really fitting in because like I said, I came from a completely different train of thought. The only kids I fit in with, my mom called them heads. I thought that was fucked up, but they were kind of like, they'd wear like a lot of eyeliner and stuff. And they had big hair. We all had big hair for some reason. But there was levels to the hair game too. So it was on a different level. Sometimes you see like somebody, you spray your hair with hairspray and then you hold it up and you put this curling iron in here and all the smoke comes up and it's running all over the place, kind of crazy. And then you spray it again. And you spray it again. You might like tease a little bit. Spray it again. Don't leave. Spray it again. A little wet. I'll spray it again. It's called Aquanet. You'd be like, and everybody's like, yeah. Anyway, these girls would wear like all black. They wear like AC/DC and tight jeans and stuff. And they were more like along the way of the people that I just left in 5th grade. So I'm like, this is like my clique. And so my mom wouldn't let me dress like that. So they'd bring their t-shirts to school for me. And we'd go in the bathroom in the morning. I'd change my clothes, man. My mom would have killed me. She would have just fucking killed me. All right. These necklaces had like gold beads. They were like little tiny pretty beads. And they were very, very popular. And everybody had these little gold bead necklaces. And everybody was kind of preppy for the most part. There was a store called Limited and Express. Those were the big stores. The shows were like the Cosby Show. He was like Black Doctor. He had all these, children. Little Raven Simone. little old Raven Simone was on there, man. She's just cute as a button. She's all big now. But turns out Cosby's a fucking rapist, so it's not allegedly, yes. So that's fun. Okay, there was a show called Designing Women where these chicks, you see, like I say with the racism thing, like it kills me because there were like 3 older ladies and they got this tall black guy, and sometimes like they make fun of it, like there's this lady, she sang the song, she go, black man, it was really funny, so there was that. There were shows, this had just come up new because really when I was a kid, there weren't very many shows. There were 3 channels, legit channels, and then there was like PBS, and that shit had like Agatha Christie on it where she'd tell like stories on a train and shit of murders, and there wasn't much to watch. There was like the Waltons, but that was like when I was real young, but when I was in high school, talk shows came out, and they came out. Okay, there was Geraldo. This guy made a really fucking big deal. First of all, before Caponesville, this guy had on like a KKK dude, and like a fucking Hitler dude, and then a black dude, an angry black dude. He says all these dudes, man, I'm throwing a fucking fit, and everybody gets in a fight. Bro got his nose broke right on TV. There was Ricky Lake, Jenny Jones, Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer kind of brought around this whole trash bag. Like, in my opinion, I don't know if anybody will remember this person in 30 years, but Kim Kardashian and her family, she changed the way people act and because of her cultural presence and stuff, and she really fucked up a lot of people, in my opinion. And man, back then, Jerry Springer, he's like that to me because he would have the biggest pieces of shit on the planet. Plus, but then he'd have like, he promoted the fighting. And when somebody started talking some shit, they go, Jerry, Jerry. He'd also have like trannies on, transsexuals, and gay people, and gay people weren't allowed to go anywhere. Actually, you wouldn't find a gay person. It'd be like a special edition of Jenny Jones or something like that. It's a big deal if somebody's gay. It's weird. A guy named Monty or something, black guy. He was alright. He was bald. He wasn't bad looking, I think. But, like, they were all the same shit. They were all the same, all of them. What else? A guy, Donahue. Oprah had just come out around then, and she kind of talked like a white lady, but had, like, all these black features. But she was, like, really, if you left the room, you wouldn't know who was talking. Like, you wouldn't know. Me and my friend, oh my god, okay, so my mom went, so it was my birthday party, and my mom had me, she rented out the entire skate connection. I invited the entire school, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Everybody came, it was torn, face forward. It's like 8th grade, I've got this party. My mom's a little abusive in my opinion, the way but I think it was just a family dynamic of it all, and my family does weird shit. Well, they'll do terrible shit and then teach you about it forever. And everybody just teases each other. So my mom never let me have anybody over. She'd say that she doesn't want to entertain us. Who wants to hang out with their mom? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You got a friend over. Get out. Be gone. Like, bring some food. Beat it, scat. So my friend, she was so sweet. And she ran in the house to get more M&Ms, and my mom just bit her head off, and she goes, What? And this girl's not used to somebody acting like a lunatic, and she made her cry. But then to top it off, okay, we're all bored as shit. We're all in 8th grade. There's really nothing going on. So everybody's like, got bats and wiffle ball bats, okay, and like stuff like that. We're all playing, and we get bored, and there's cornfield behind me, and we just start walking through the cornfield. There was probably like 20 of us, maybe less, maybe more. I don't know. I invited everybody. And all of a sudden, this farmer comes out of nowhere. And he starts shooting a shotgun. We're all like, everybody starts running. My friend, she had on like she broke her leg, so she couldn't run. Man. The boys took off. They were dust. We couldn't see them. There was smoke behind them and tumbleweeds and shit. They left. Me and the girls, everybody was scared. We're all screaming because he's chasing us now. He got in a truck and he's got the shotgun and he's mad as hell. We gotta get off my land, all this and that, and we were like, what about my friend? So a few of us were like carrying her. She's crying. I'm used to some level of weirdness, but even this was too much for me. But I wasn't crying, and I was more worried about her. And she's just like, everybody's scared to shit. Everybody was so fucking scared. We escaped the guy, and he kind of like came up like, like did a couple more like fucking Yosemite Sam shit, like shoot off the gun, like and then like we're all like running and scared. And what are my parents gonna do? My dad wasn't the type of person like confronting anybody. He should have been more afraid of my mom, honestly. And so all the boys come out, and they by the time we got to the yard, they were all holding baseball bats and shit. Looked like, come on, they weren't real baseball bats. They were wiffle ball bats. Some of them had like a soccer ball and shit, and I'm like, what are you, Anyway. So that's when I went into band, and I wanted to go into band so I could become a majorette, and to be a majorette, you have to be in the band, and for some godforsaken reason, you gotta learn an instrument. So this takes up 2 periods of your day. So I learned how to play the flute, even though they made me play the French horn. I wanted to play the oboe. There were only 2, but he said, that's one too many. Like, I didn't even want 2. So I got to learn a French horn. It's heavy and all this shit. And then eventually I had to learn something else because you can't march with French horn. So I did that. Concert band, not concert band, I want to say a choir was a class we had. And there were boys and girls in choir. I don't know if you had to take choir. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think we all had to take choir. And choir would like alternate with like art. Like, so we'd be in art for like 3 minutes. I want to say that. I could be wrong. Like, I got like segmented memories. We went to Washington. We were, as a group of our whole class, I think it was like 7th grade or something. And, you know, we're just like lily white assholes. We're all wise asses, first of all. And then we have completely out of touch, pampered kids. And they take us to the Washington Zoo. And my friend got jumped by like 7 black kids, beat the fuck out of him, man. And then he, like, fast forward, like, years later, he killed himself. And it's just like, I wonder sometimes, like, was it from that? Did that start it, you know? It just takes one thing. Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking of today. Oh, and everybody with their pants, you're like, most pants are like boot cut or whatever, meaning like a boot goes in them and the pants are big. And we would take our pants and you cuff them a couple times, and then you bend it over and cuff it 1 or 2 times, and then it's like tweet on the bottom there. It's like tweet. So we did that shit too. We did some weird stuff. Like, I don't know why we did that. Oh, also, I had another friend. She'd have a big party at the end of the year too. You know, she had like a party. It wasn't at the end of the year, but her family'd rent out like an Eagles or VFW or something. Everybody'd go. It was a big deal because if you ever want to kiss somebody or something, there was a place to do it. And then we played games like, I was like 8 seconds in heaven or 8 minutes. You go in a closet with somebody and supposedly you're supposed to make out, but really nobody does. You just kind of stand there and it's weird and you're sweating and nervous and, does my breath stink or whatever? You know, it's just weird. It's just a weird fucking thing in general. It's just stupid weird. Stupid weird, man. I gotta remember, too, when I was a youth, that we had sticker albums. I'll put that in there. I remember this stuff, and then I'll forget it, and I'll remember it and forget it. So I'm sure I'll remember more weird stuff about that time. There's this one song that's like, now take it back down around the world. Like all this weird shit. I'm like, what? Like the music was either like real. Michael Jackson had all this tight music forever, and then all of a sudden, like, you get your hair caught on fire in a Coke commercial. Next thing you know, you're playing this weird ass fucking music. But nobody knew what to do, so they still played it a lot. In my opinion, it sucked. His sister Janet at the time, she had a lot of stuff out. She was real popular. There was a movie called Dirty Dancing, and everybody would get together and say there was like a sleepover, whatever. Dirty Dancing's on. I hate Dirty Dancing. I hate musicals. I hate all that stuff. There's like inappropriate sex in it. There's like raping and all this weird shit. Why were we watching these? In Grease, everybody wanted to watch Grease. You just gotta fucking watch Grease. We had to watch Grease every time you're at it. I hate that crap. I hate it. I remember one time I went to like Duquesne, it's a college prom, and they were all singing, not Sam Kinison, what am I talking about? They were all singing Meatloaf songs, and they were like real clicky about it, and they were like, sing it till the end of time, and they're like hugging each other, like, yeah, and I'm like, what? This music's so terrible. Anyway, but I'm sure I'll think of more weird, cliche, weird things because, plus everybody, you know, there was VCRs, there weren't DVDs yet. There were still records. I don't even know if there were CDs yet. I don't think there were CDs of music yet. There was a cassette tape. There was 8-track tapes. Those are from the 70s. Nobody had them in their cars anymore. We did when I was a kid. We had 8-track tapes in our cars. big ass box. And put in Cat Stevens, like, little dude playing the flute on the front. Anyway, I was just talking about, man, I was gonna put that in there, man. I forgot about those 8-track. See what I'm saying? The hair was big. Clothes were real blousy for some reason. I don't know why. Real blousy. Belts and shit and stupid. When I was a kid, we'd have these knee highs, like leg warmers. I go write this down. Those are gone now. Music was either like, there was no grunge yet. That came through when I was in high school, so there was no hip hop yet. There was Rapper's Delight, but not a lot of people knew that song. But that was about as hip hoppy as it got, and nobody fucking knew that song. If you did, you did. You know, like if you did, I think we all knew it, but we didn't like know it, but it like cracked us up. I gotta put down Milli Vanilli, man. I think that's in high school. I write it down, but. I think Bruce Springsteen was real popular then. He had Born in the USA. During the summers, there wasn't really anything to do at all. Like, hang out at people's houses. I went to my one friend's house, and they always had good cereal. Like, I had, like, Cheerios and stuff. I guess that's good cereal, Kicks, whatever. It's boring, okay? I want the marshmallows. They'd have tricks. I'm so rude, man. I'd ask for cereal every time I went over there, and she'd give me a bowl of cereal. I'd just eat the marshmallows, and I'd dump the rest of the cereal back in, because I don't like milk. I'm going to dump it back in. Some asshole comes out for me, thinking Lucky Charms, like, who the fuck ate all the marshmallows? Why would you do that? You know, I think he ended up dying, actually. He climbed up this little Liddy City, climbed up some power retention wires, and he died. He was a nice guy. He was cute, too. Boy, he was hot. He was hot. He was like this kind of brother, like an older brother walks in the room, you're like... He was like that. He was so hot, man. So hot. What else did I do? I think I babysat a lot back then. I'd babysat a lot, and this couple had bowling out, and like they'd go play bowling, and they'd buy me pizza, and I babysat for like $2 an hour. I'd walk through the neighborhoods, and they'd take me home, but I'd walk there. It's always weird to get in a car with a man. It's kind of, you know, how are you tonight? You know, it's like, oh, hey, you know. I also did work at that roller skating rink, and I'd do the birthday parties. So if you had a birthday party at the skating rink, I'm the one that brings the cake and the ice cream and stuff like that, and clean up all the paper plates. And the woman who owned it, she fucking bawled me out, man. Like, we had birthday cakes, you know, so there's candles. At my house, we saved the candles. We saved the candles. We wash off the candles. We put the candles back in the box. Why would you throw away the candles? They're still candles. Once you light them, they're, you know, what are we doing here? So I washed the candles. And she ripped me, anyway, she pulled me right in front of everybody. There were like 3 birthday parties, too. All these kids were like fucking weird hats. Oh, and then when you went to these parties, you get to ride in a big skate. So you got to roll around in this big skate. Some cute guy drives you around in a big giant skate and all this shit. She pulled me out. On the weekends, the music was nice, but on the weeknights, like on a Friday, Saturday night, it was bad news. Like, I was afraid to go there, but she just went to town. She told me what a loser I am for washing the candles, because I gave the woman back the candles, and the woman went and complained. And then she went to my mom, and my mom was like, what's wrong with you? You know, but really, I mean, also there was like a Slurpee machines. Everybody was drinking Slurpees, and Slurpees were all over the place. Like, there was still some like video games, but it wasn't like video games are now. They were a big giant box, and you walked up to them, put money in, and played them. And they weren't as popular, but you could do that. You could eat, you know, roll around, you rent your skates, and, you know, shit like that. But I'm saying this stuff because I don't know if it'll last. I don't know. You know, I don't know. But if you went on the weekend, me and my friend, we snuck, you know. I wasn't allowed to really do anything, even though my mom always considered it her personal time, no matter what was going on. So if I wanted to friend over, like, she'd be like, I'm not entertaining you, or like, nobody in, nobody out, and all this shit. So if I got to sleep at somebody's house, I was going to do a bunch of shit I'm not allowed to do. And we went, me and this girl, she had an older brother. He was hot, man. He was hot. Okay, anyway, so we went to, like, Friday night, we went to the roller skate ring. You walk in that place, it's like, round and round, like it's really crazy. It just seems like, whoa, and it's real dark in there, and there'd be fist fights. They'd have fist fights there, and these are all white kids. These aren't even, like, nobody's even, no other cultural, anybody. No Asians, no blacks, no nobody, no Jewish people, no Mexicans, no nothing. It's just a bunch of white kids listening to crazy ass, like Def Leppard, AC/DC, Kiss, all this shit, real loud, Ozzy Osbourne, Crazy Train, all this shit. I think to this day in Youngstown, Crazy Train comes on every fucking day at 5 o'clock. And you're like, yeah, ha, ha, ha. And I was like, yeah, I don't even like the song, but here I am. Yeah, man, I got caught too. I got caught. Of course I got punished. And then I'd have like this weird stuff happen where she'd say like, go wait in your room for your dad. My poor dad, man, he'd wake up and have to beat me and stuff, and so he wasn't feeling it right off the bat. He'd take off his belt and stuff, and it hurts me more than it hurts you, and I can't really cry. It's part of the game. Anyway, but, all right, love you.